On the 8th of November, we had a meeting. The principals had a meeting with the senior management from the Ministry of Education. And at that meeting, we had agreed that we'd be opening up, classes will resume on the 3rd of January to try to make up for some of the days that was lost during the strike action in October of 2016. Huh? And so the principals unanimously agreed that we would open school on the 3rd, and that in that way we'd be able to make up 4 days in January, and then an additional 2 days in the Easter break.
What relationship is there between the BAPSS and the BNTU? Are you guys a subset of the other? How does that
Oh,
work?
no, 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 no. These are two separate entities. We have, as an association, we generally look after the interest of secondary schools in the country. And from time to time, there is communication with the Belize National Teachers Union. We had early this year, we had a meeting with the BNTU with respect to just sharing issues and so on. So we do discuss, but no direct where we are under an umbrella of the BNTU or that sort of thing. We're a separate institution.
There seems to be two separate messages being sent here, and it seems to be a tug of war of sorts,
Yes.
where one organization is saying classes will resume on the 9th, and they are adamant that their teachers will go back on the 9th, and the
Mm-hmm.
other organization is saying classes resume on the 3rd, and this would
Yes.
be primary and secondary schools respectively.
Yes.
Speak to me about the message being sent to students here, because once again, students find themselves in the middle of this back and forth.
Well, we are going on the position that we have taken as principals of secondary schools back in November 8th. Our position remains, it has been and it remains, that we are going to open classes on the 3rd. We are appealing to our students to report to classes because we believe that these days will provide the additional time that students need to make up for those days that was lost. So we continue to insist on that as an association based on the agreement we had with the Ministry of Education back in November.
And how do the education rules factor into this particular situation? I know that the rule has been a reference point being used by both the BNTU and the ministry.
Well, yes, there is, and the situation is that the ministry, we believe, do have the prerogative in consultation with the stakeholders concerned to make provisions for the makeup of classes when days are lost, as in the case of this time with the strike action. And so we believe as a body that it was in the best interest of our students that we collaborate with the ministry in terms of those days that was lost. And so there is provision, we believe, in the rules with respect to the ability of the ministry, or in its position as the Ministry of Education, that they do have the prerogative to make provisions for additional days. And so we concurred with that, and as a result, we decided to go along with the decision to open classes on the 3rd of January.